right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us today, being here for our tech demo. I don't know if I was prepared for this. In the past, this has always been in the fishbowl in the vendor area, and I found out we're on the main stage, so it's a little new experience. But we're a little short on time. We've got to get through this quickly, so I'll do a quick introduction. My name is Dustin Rich. I'm the director and PCI practice lead at A-LIGN. With me, I have John Baughman. He's a senior account executive at A-LIGN. We originally were going to have our product manager here to help with this presentation. He has all the knowledge of this application. Unfortunately, he got pulled away on another assignment, but fortunately, we have John with us today. John actually presented last year doing the remote live demo of SCEND as part of the tech demo last year. Unfortunately, this year we were told, given the auditorium and not the unpredictability of the internet, that we should stay away from doing a live demo. But we put together presentation slides that we'll go through. But if you have interest in a live demo, we're going to have our contact information up on the stage or up on the screen at the end of this presentation. And feel free to reach out to us, and we'll get that scheduled for you and set up a one-on-one demo. Awesome. All right, and there's our mugshot. Sorry, should have had that during the introduction. So to begin with, let me do a quick introduction of A-LIGN. So A-LIGN is an end-to-end compliance solution provider, providing cybersecurity compliance and audit services to organizations of just about any size in all industries. Currently, we have over 3,300 audit customers worldwide, and we have offices in Bulgaria, Panama. Our headquarters is in Tampa, Denver, and we're opening a new office in India this next year. All right, so what makes A-LIGN unique is our ability to support organizations with just about any regulation they're required to be compliant with. We have practice leads like me over each standard, and those practice leads are experts in the industry and support and lead a team dedicated team that focus exclusively on what they're experts of, and that helps to ensure that the assessment is done right and provide each customer the guidance and support they need with each standard. So what makes A-LIGN really unique is our ability to provide these services using a single provider holistic approach. So we give our clients the ability to manage their assessment as a single project. And this prevents from the routine of going through one assessment, completing it, starting another, completing it, and then eventually chasing compliance throughout the year through their many assessments. Our clients have the ability to manage this in a single approach to be more efficient, and a lot of times when they're going through the multiple assessments, there's a lot of duplication of effort, waste of resources, and this leads to a lot of audit fatigue in organizations and prevents them from really focusing on things like continual compliance, internal audit, and just improving processes in general. All right, so one of the things we utilize to help us with this single audit approach is a product called the SCEND. SCEND is developed in-house by A-LIGN, and it helps our organizations manage everything from a single audit to a multiple service audit. It helps them with things like mapping common controls. It helps with collaboration between their internal personnel and the auditors themselves. It allows them to assign requests and tasks within the system and helps with continual compliance and other services that have been available to our customers now for over 2 years. Now, what John's going to talk about today is going to be some of the new features in our latest release. And this latest release is bringing us closer to what we consider the first and only end-to-end compliance solution. A lot of the software vendors out there, they're providing solutions that really focus just on the readiness and evidence collection side of things. And what happens is it doesn't integrate well with the audit side, and the auditor comes in and it doesn't really meet their expectations and needs. There's miscommunication, a lot of additional evidence having to be collected, and collaboration, some frustration. So what we're designing is a product that really is written for both the front end, the customer side with readiness or in the collection of evidence, to submitting that evidence, the review of that evidence, and assisting with the report writing and report delivery. So it's going to handle everything from the front to the back end, and we use automated compliance solutions to help streamline that and provide these services. And with that, I'll hand it over to John, and John will go over SCEND and some of these new features.
Thanks, Dustin. Yeah, before we jump into the new features on SCEND today, I want to talk a little bit about SCEND and what made it unique previously, and then we'll jump into the fun new stuff as well. Like Dustin had mentioned, SCEND is an end-to-end compliance management portal. So it starts off with the readiness work, it goes through automated evidence collection, control testing, and it's where our auditors actually do the audit at the end of the day and get the final report. So from readiness to report, SCEND is within the process the entire time. Now, one of the things SCEND does is it standardizes an information request list. So it reduces the total number of requests that our team asks your team during the audit process. So say, for example, if you're doing a PCI audit with a SOC 2 audit at the same time, we're going to match those information request lists, and if there is something that covers both of those audits, our team will ask it one time, and you'll provide that piece of evidence one time to us versus asking twice and you providing twice. Now, providing evidence to us is also done within the SCEND platform. It's a centralized location for that, so you're quickly going to go in and just upload it there. Long gone are the days of sending us an email, using spreadsheets, using Excel documents. It's all in one place. SCEND also has a consolidated audit dashboard. So it gives you visibility into how the audit projects are going from a timeline perspective, evidence upload percentage perspective. Really gives you a nice view at where you're at for your future audit project or an audit project that's going on today. Assignment management, that's related to providing the access to SCEND to somebody else within the organization. So say I'm John and I'm in HR and I need to go in and provide some documents for my team that's going through an audit. I can actually have the ability to get into SCEND and have those controls, just those assigned to me, so I know exactly what I have to work through and get to the team. And then my old favorite feature, that's still a feature in SCEND today, but these new ones I think are a little bit more exciting. My old favorite feature is the audit crosswalk. So say you're going through a PCI audit today, within SCEND you can actually go and see the percentage overlap of where you sit against other security frameworks. So you have maybe a customer who comes to you and says, I need you to look into SOC 2, I need you to look into ISO, have you thought about FedRAMP? Something of that nature. You can actually go in and see where your percent is from where you are today and where you need to go in the future. So that's a little bit about the features about SCEND that were unique and are still unique, but here's some new product features that we've released over the last couple of months here that we're super excited about. The first of which is an SCEND guided readiness assessment tool. So it's going to go ahead and we're going to give you access to the platform, give you the ability to go in and start answering some questions related to specific audits. You're going to be able to upload or automate that evidence collection within the readiness tool. And as you start to answer questions within the readiness assessment tool, it's going to identify gaps for you in that audit process. So depending on how you answer it, it'll either say, yes, you look good, or no, there's a gap in the process, and this is why it's a gap. It'll also categorize the severity of those gaps between low, medium, and high. So not all gaps and not all findings are created equally. So you're going to go ahead and be able to see, is it low, is it medium, is it high, and is there a recommendation attached to that? Now, using those gaps, auditor assistance, any sort of templates that we can provide you in the process, we'll have you go ahead and start to fill those gaps and actually be able to get ready for the audit prior to jumping into an audit process. So really handing you that white glove approach between here's the tool, here's some templates, here's the auditor and the education and the recommendations on how to fix it. Today, SOC 2 and HIPAA are the only readiness assessments we have out now, but PCI is on the radar for coming out over the next couple of months, and then ISO as well.
John, can I mention one thing on that? So that readiness assessment is separate from a assessor-led readiness assessment, which is a different product. This is a product for those that can't afford an assessor to come out and do a readiness assessment. We've created some automated tools for those organizations so they have a way to get ready and guide them and still provide guidance. And we're working right now on a future release for PCI that will be specific to 4.0. So.
Yeah, the second feature that was just released is the automated evidence collection, AEC for short. So AEC is going to crawl the available APIs of your integrated cloud service providers or software providers. And what it's going to do is it's going to create human readable evidence. So as you can see, the second picture on the bottom right there is actually what it's going to create. And then as it automatically collects these items, creates this readable human evidence, it's going to automatically assign it to certain controls within an audit, and that's what it looks like on the left. So as you collect it, it'll attach it to certain requests, and then also provide you with something for yourself to read, and then also for the auditors to read. So it'll make it an easier process on your end to automatically collect these things, and then on our end, it'll make it easier from the perspective of we have something to review that's automatically been collected. These items were typically in the past something that maybe engineers had to go take manual screenshots of. Maybe you sent a request in from the audit team to someone else to try and collect these items. So we're really trying to streamline that process and save your team time and effort when it comes to the audit. And then the biggest time savers right now are our number one items of concern. So we today are working with AWS. We're an AWS partner, but AWS is one of the CSPs that we work with to collect automated evidence collection. And then one of the other things we'll see later is continuous monitoring. So we work with AWS today. Azure will be coming out shortly in October, and then Google Cloud will be coming out in December.
And as an AWS partner, we worked with them to review some of their own internal audit tools. And that helped us with developing the SCEND interface as well to collect this information and pull it back into SCEND and automate the delivery into the appropriate request. So it's going to be a big time saver for a lot of our customers.
The third new feature in SCEND today is our Policy Center. So within Policy Center, we're going to be providing industry best practice policy templates to organizations. Within the Policy Center, we're going to have the ability to edit and track all changes with your policies today. As you can see, it looks pretty similar to any other feature you may be using within a Word or something like that, where you can see your red lines where something has been deleted. Green is a new addition within there. It's also going to give you the ability to review and approve that workflow within the Policy Center. So if you look at the main photo, the little orange dot is draft, green is approved. So as you make edits within the Policy Center, you're also going to have the ability to go in, review them, approve them, deny them. Once these are approved, they're going to be automatically mapped to your information request list, so your audit request list. It's going to be automatically mapped to that. So that way you don't have to go in and re-upload that policy. Now, I'm sure many of you in the room are saying, well, that's great. I already have policies. What do I do about that? You can upload your policies to the Policy Center as well. You don't have to use our templates, so you can use your existing policies today. What that'll do for you is it'll give you a place to hold all of your policies, go through any approval levels, and then automatically map those to your audit project.
And the cool part of that is once you upload your policies, you can work with it, map it, track any edits in the future, and then when it comes audit time, it automatically just maps all that to the appropriate controls to whatever standard, not just PCI, to all the other standards that we support.
And then the fourth new feature that has just been released is our continuous monitoring. So you're able to, within Ascend now, run scheduled or ad hoc assessments of your cloud and software service providers. So these tests are going to be against industry best practice configuration guidelines, and these test results will be posted within the tool here as well. So as you look at the list here, you can see some of them. There's 11 on the screen right now. 10 of them have passed. 1 of them is a fail here. As items come up and they fail, we're also going to have remediation guidance within the tool to show you, well, hey, it failed this time. What should we do to fix it and have it work the next time? Once you remediate those items, you'll actually be able to run the test again to show it as a successful pass versus showing it as the fail right now today. This is a great way to continuously monitor your environments and provide ongoing visibility into the reporting over time. And some of these may or may not be applicable to your business. If there's any items in here that you think, hey, we're not doing these today, we're taking a risk-based approach, and one of these items is not on here, you're also able to remove any of these items from the list as well. So if there's something on here you're not doing today, you can remove it and it won't show up as a failure. And you're also able to, on the scheduled items, put it through certain time frames. So if you wanted to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday through Sunday at a certain time, you're able to set those up as well on a schedule. So if you want to do it off hours, out of production hours, things like that, you can also take them out of there. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today, and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. If you have any further questions on A-LIGN, our services, what we chatted about today, here's some good contact information for us. We also have some short videos online related to the new services. They're 2 to 4 minutes each, so you can get a nice review of those and actually see it in action. And if you wanted to do a live demo sometime after, we're also available to do that as well.
All right, thank you, everyone.